like 3 easy tips that you could give our viewers to implement and me to implement to become a little healthier, a little more mindful, help to reduce that chronic stress?
Absolutely. One of the first things that we implement, no matter what, you don't have to go sit on a mat if you're just not ready for it, right? So one of the fastest ways to practice mindfulness is just mindful movement, especially if we're outside in nature. And so taking a 10-minute walk that's totally unplugged and something simple like listening for what is there. It could be the sound of a bus, a dump truck. It could be the sound of birds. It could be the sound of a railroad. It doesn't really matter. Just literally just being curious about what's there and noticing what it is that we're seeing. What do the clouds look like without judgment? Noticing our thoughts, just 10 minutes of that every day, just any kind of mindful movement can help us do a couple things, right? Movement is so important to decrease inflammation. And when we are kind of leaving behind the judgmental part of not just ourselves, but everything else, then we're able to just be with what is. And that is a great pathway for some ease and some joy. So giving ourselves permission to be unplugged for ease and joy. That would be the first thing, right? So a 10-minute walk. So the second can be anytime we're feeling extremely anxious or overwhelmed is to simply return to our breath. And I have actually several very easy breathwork practices on my YouTube channel. It's totally free. And a lot of the pranayama, which is, a big limb in yoga, is also available online. And it doesn't really matter which one you practice, but so long as we have even a minute or two a day of just returning back to the breath, of focusing on the long exhalation, we can immediately kind of go from that prefrontal cortex, right? So when we're overwhelmed, we're really more in that fight or flight mode. We can very quickly with the breath change our physiology and return back into really our power of creativity, of being creative in stressful situations, of being able to have more of that intellectual capacity, regardless of what's going on outside of us. So the breath would be the second thing. And the third thing is what we already touched on, Dr. Dada, which is this sense of self-compassion. And one of the fastest ways, and Dr. Kristen Neff is a leading researcher, and she's published lots of studies on this, but she teaches this technique where we just put our palms over our heart and just give ourselves love and kindness. It can seem weird, but I have all of my patients and all of my clients do this every time they feel overwhelmed. And it is incredible the shifts that can happen, right? Because we are mammals. We are hardwired for touch. And when we give ourselves permission to feel whatever is there, right? We don't have to change it right away. It's okay to feel anxious because it might be an anxiety-provoking situation. We might have anger arising because maybe we feel like something really did go wrong that shouldn't have, right? So whatever it is, saying, it's okay, I got your back. That can be a really fast way of getting ourselves healthier and happier. So those are my 3 tips.
Okay, I love them. So one is a 10-minute walk where you are kind of more curious. You're observing your environment and there's no judgment. The second one is kind of focusing on the breathing, and it can be 1 to 2 minutes, nothing really elaborate. And that can really help kind of minimize that flight or fight reaction. And then the third one is where you just kind of, physically actually put your hands over your chest and over your heart, knowing that, hey, I got you. There may be an anxiety-provoking situation, but I got you. Okay, I'm going to do those 2 things.
I love it. I do them too.
Yes. Wow.